Hello, hello, welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here with another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. This is a back solve. It is, today is Tuesday, October 14th, but I'm doing the puzzle from Sunday, October 12th, which I missed. This is a Sunday themed puzzle by Michael Schlossberg, and it presumably will take a little while to get through, so let's get right to it and see what's up for today. The title of the puzzle is Make No Mistake, which I hope, I'm sure I'll make at least some mistakes, but we'll see what I come up with here. So this is our puzzle for Sunday, October 12th by Michael Schlossberg. Let's get solving. A common sight near the entrance of a mall. I have no idea. Near the entrance of a mall. A garbage can? I have no idea. Words that might precede out darned spot. Darned spot. Bad dog? Maybe? This is a wild guess, but given that it's darned spot and not damned spot, I'm guessing maybe they're talking about and spot is capitalized, so I'm guessing they're talking about a bad dog here, and that might be what's going on there. Gives some heat, say. Gives some heat. Probably an S at the end. Oh, I'm just noticing that there's these little scissor icons here, meaning that we are meant to cut something out, maybe? We'll see when we get to the theme clues, but that's interesting. Gives some heat. That could mean either in cooking or, to chastise someone. I'm not sure which. Cry of frustration, maybe something like arg. I really have no idea if that's right or not, but I'll put it in for now. Like. Could be something like Allah, but maybe totally not. Blew out. So this could mean to blow out as into a win by a large margin over someone, or it could mean to short out like a fuse, or could be a number of other things. Let's check some downs. Good name for an apiarist. An apiarist is a beekeeper. Bee, maybe like that. Rocker Axl Rose. UPS competitor DHL, is that what it is? Blew out. Exhaled, so that's yet another meaning that I did not see it at first. Sends to Hades, maybe dams, like that. Mishmash. An oleo, I think that's how that one is spelled. It just means like a potpourri or a mixed bag. A bloke could be a gent. Boast, absolutely in slang is def, maybe for definitely. Boast accompanying an evil laugh, 120 seconds. So I think it's going to be mine, all mine. And then I think the 120 seconds is, this is 1 minute, and this is 2 minutes, like that. So this is 2 minutes is 120 seconds? Maybe. We'll find out. Green or black African menace. Green or black. Green or black. I'm not sure. Menace. Green or black. Spider-Man, for one, is an alias? Maybe? To freak out. Panic? What could this be? Common sight near the entrance of a mall. Angler's lure is a bait. Black mambo. Oh, near the entrance of a mall, you might see a map. Okay, green or black mamba or mambo, a snake. Mamba, I think. What many monks and yogis are ascetics, people who ascribe to a philosophy of asceticism or detachment. Never ending, eternal. What about this? Badly. Ill, to think badly of someone, to think ill of someone, or to wish ill of someone. It's covered in kernels. A cob of corn. Lampshade-shaped candy piece. A Rolo has that kind of lampshade shape. Core strengthening Pilates exercises. I'm not sure. Toning something. Licorice flavored vegetables, 32 ounces. I think these are going to be 2 pounds here in the circles to make 32 ounces, a pound each being 16 ounces. Licorice flavored vegetables. Bulbs, fennel bulbs will work here, I think. Toe curls? No, that's not right. Online shorthand meaning victory. What? I don't know online shorthand, apparently. Afore is another way of saying ere. Afore meaning before. Ere also meaning before. Wait. Yeah, that's this kind of ere as opposed to EER, which means ever. Or short for ever, rather. Previously known as nay in the case of a birth name versus a later changed name. Please, it's my dream. Maybe? Young girl in Scotland. Oh. Is this not... I'm not sure. Young girl in Scotland. Wee lassie? Could be. Oh, this could be FTW for the win. And then, please, it's my treat. Maybe core strengthening Pilates exercises or toe taps. Don't do Pilates, don't know. Pittance. Is this going to be a sum? That's not really what a pittance is, though. Camera type for short, an SLR. I forget what SLR stands for, but that's probably it. Word with straw or exit. Pole, straw pole, exit pole, okay. A pittance is a, I don't know. A pittance is like a very small amount, but I'm not sure what could be a synonym for that. Of help could be utile, useful, literally. Slow gin fizz is a drink, I believe. Rock band. This is probably a geology-related clue given the question mark, but I'm not sure what they're looking for. Charlotte's Web author's initials. E.B. something? E.B. Johnston? It's been a while. Wood found in restaurant furniture is this ash. That would make sense. Rock band. I'm not sure. Letter opener, question mark. And this one is one of the ones that has this little scissor icon in it, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Letter opener. To whom it may... And then I'm not sure what's going on with that, so I'm just going to leave it. Big name in vacuum cleaners. Turn that frown upside down. You could be asked to smile. Faint. This could be the verb to faint, or it could be a faint as in light. I'm not sure which. Oh, it could be swoon, to faint. Clever sort. A wit, maybe. A speck could be an iota, a tiny amount. Tidbits, not sure. Post-debate areas. Rooms? Something rooms? Tidbits. Rumspringers in Amish communities, for example. Maybe this isn't, this is maybe a mote instead of an iota. A speck is a little bit of dust. It could also be figurative for a tiny amount, like an iota, but it could be literal, a speck of dust as in a mote of dust. Because rumspringers are an example of rites that various communities have. Writer Silverstein, Shel Silverstein, wrote a lot of kids' poetry and other things. Blank eminence, his eminence, maybe her, but probably his. Barista's flourish could be... what are those things called? Oh, like a foam design or something. Maybe not, though. What about this? Tidbits now with an M. Tidbits. Morsels, maybe? That would work with rooms, if this is rooms. Director Rob Reiner of The Princess Bride and many other things. Doofuses, north of the border, or hosers is another name for sort of doofuses, I guess. A bull in a Chihuahua shop. So here, Chihuahua is the name of a place in Mexico, and a bull would be called toro in a Chihuahua shop or anywhere else in Chihuahua, presumably. Fairy tale sibling, Gretel from Hansel and Gretel. Roxane Gay, the author of Bad Feminist. Some old game consoles, Ataris. Low-pitched jazz instruments for short. As this bari saxes. For low-pitched, alto saxes would also fit, but they usually don't specify low-pitched in that case. CPR pressure points are the sterna, plural for sternum, your sort of this place, chest, middle of the chest bone there. I'm sure there's it's not clavicle. There is a name for it that's not the sort of sternum, but I don't remember what it is. Post-debate areas. Oh, right. I don't know still. Classic car that shares its name with a planet. Informally, is this Mars? Was there a classic car called a Mars? Sound from a horn? What kind of horn? Not sure. Religious title whose name comes from the Hebrew for father. Probably rabbi, I'm guessing. Gives some heat. Huh. Not sure. That also looks weird. Maybe it's not Mars? Words? Oh. This also looks weird. Maybe it's not rabbi after all, because this is probably going to be words on a juice carton, not from concentrate. So what's cut out of here? O-N-C-E once? Not from concept. C-O-N-C-E. O-N-C-E is cut from here. Unless this is supposed to be a rebus of some kind. Is this spin rooms? Sound from a horn. Beep. Maybe this is Hebrew for father. Maybe this is abbot, in fact, and not rabbi. Gives some heat. Chews out. Reams out. Gives some heat. Arms. So this could be Mercury, but then how do you get U-R-Y? U-R-Y. O-N-C-E. See, I don't understand that part. Cycle at night. REM cycle. And then Project Hail Mary creatures in brief are ETs, extraterrestrials. Still not seeing what's going on here. Again, this would make sense. O-N-C-E and then R-N, to whom it may concern. And does that mean that there's going to be a U-R-Y missing somewhere here? It's time for bed. You could yawn, indicating that it's time for bed. Greeting on Talk Like a Pirate Day, R matey? Or is it just R? Sharply dressed? Don't know. Part. It could be anything. The Bronx Bombers on scoreboards, New York Yankees. Like a certain cartoon coyote, you might say Wiley, even though his name is a homophone for this. His name is actually Wilde, W-I-L-E, and then with the middle initial E. Our matey, this should be matey. What? Sharply dressed. Part. Oh, Carpenter's adage illustrated 4 times in this puzzle. Something about measuring twice, cutting once. Okay, so we're measuring 2 minutes here and cutting once. We're cutting once here. Cutting once makes sense. Measuring twice, cutting once. I just don't understand where the missing letters in the down. Okay, let's try and put this in here. Measure. Does that work? Pittance is a sou. Well, a sou is a very small amount in old French currency, so maybe that's right. Measure twice, cut once. Okay, so that's fine. But what could this possibly... I just don't understand what's going on in the down part of this. A classic card that shared its name with a planet informally. Oh, maybe it's just murk. Maybe there's nothing going on. And maybe this is chic, in fact. Sharply dressed could be chic. And a part could be a roll. So this is ahoy, not oi, not our matey. Okay, so there's nothing going on in the downs. We're measuring twice. We're doing this measuring twice thing, and then cutting once, cutting the letter ONCE out of this longer clue. Okay, I'm overcomplicating things. Fact, a mouthy bird. Mouthy bird question mark though. Mouthy bird. Not sure. Name found in whole milk. Emile, maybe, is a name. In the word whole milk, in the phrase whole milk, you find across the middle of those 2 words EMIL there for Emile. I only got that because I had the E already. Prefix with matter, probably antimatter. Song in a book of songs, probably a hymn. Hold dear, perhaps. Hold dear. A hug, to hold your dear or your significant other or someone who's dear to you. Platoon or a battalion are both examples of units, army units. Mouthy bird, is a mynah bird. So I don't know why the question mark then. A mynah bird literally is a bird that talks a lot, so I don't know what. Scientist who spent his last years under house arrest measuring 8 quarts. So Galileo Galilei is the name, and 2 gallons at 4 quarts each makes 8 total quarts as the measurement. And then what about this? Observe the expected formality. So there's going to be ONCE somewhere in there. I don't immediately see it. Early listening, easy listening, radio category. Easy listening, radio category. Light something? I don't know. Men who marry later in life. Got me. The Facts of Life Girl. That was a show, wasn't it? Rafts. So this could be like the something you travel on the water, or it could also just mean a lot of something, I think, but I'm not sure about that. To ripen is to age. One of many in the book of Job. I have no idea. A barista's flourish is just a swirl. A chance or to chance is to risk. Big name in vacuum cleaners is this wreck. That's weird. I've never heard of that. Maybe it's not risk. One of many in the Book of Job. Trial, maybe? Facts of Life Girl. This is Blair or something? Rafts. Probably that's right. Actor Firth, Colin Firth. Employ is to use. Hot French beverage, probably thé, the French for tea. Biohazard regulator, in brief, the Occupational Safety and Health Authority, OSHA. Resolute term, resolute item in the Oval Office is a desk, probably the oak desk there. Aerodynamic quality, sleekness, probably. Moody music genre, emo, which is not really a genre in itself, but maybe a qualifier of or a descriptor of other genres. Light up, question mark. The sun is the light that is up. Worker with a handler. Worker with a handler. Don't know. Plug as water. Plug. Dam up, maybe. Worker with a handler. Spy? Could be. Oops, that's not how you spell spy. Recite. Narrate. It's not really the same thing, but could be. Facility. That doesn't look right, so I don't know that it is narrate after all. Took off. Left. Departed. Subtracted. Not sure. Poor grade. An F. Or it could be a D. Facility. Ease. Yeah. To recite. To name. I don't know. D-O-N-C-E. Settings of many Patrick O'Brian novels. Settings plural. C's. Business name abbreviation. Is this like LLC? It's a name for like a corporation. More or less ish. Observe the expected formalities. Something is weird here. Job requirements for top research positions in brief. Okay, don't know that. Maybe this is not right. Business name abbreviation. What else could that be? Job requirements for top research positions in brief. Job requirements. Email attachment type. PDF, maybe? Put on. Buddhist riddles. What? Ceremony, maybe? Hold on, just gotta pause for a second. Okay, I'm back. All right. So this, I think, is something ceremony, because we got the CE from the ONC that's been cut out. So CEREMONY. Something NDON. Observe the expected spend on ceremony? Maybe it's not ish? More or less, it's gotta be ish. Stand on? Oh, this could be a thing. Stand on ceremony. I think I remember hearing that phrase, but then what could LTD, not LLC. Okay. And PhDs then, job requirements for top research positions, PhDs, which would make this PDF. Okay, finally figured that all out. Okay, took off could be ran. Recite, to name off or something. Buddhist riddles. Zen something? Zen. I'm not sure. Company that owns Words with Friends. Don't know. In Ashkelon. Is this the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, which I believe is Aleph? Totally cool. I don't know. Creature that can leap more than 150 times its own body length! Exclamation mark. I don't know. I'm very excited to find that out. Old Scratch. I really do not know what that means. But maybe it begins with an S. Are these Coens? Coens, I think, are a thing, aren't they? Totally cool. Nifty? Not a great slang, but... sweets. No, I don't think... Maybe neato, because this could be Hun. Sweets is a term of endearment. It could be Hun. Organization that collaborates with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, probably the PTA, Parent Teachers Associations. Old Scratch. Maybe this says name. Oh, maybe it's a flea. I think I knew this, actually. Is Old Scratch a euphemism for Satan? That might be the case. Waving the white flag, so to speak. I think this is going to be conceding. So C and the ONC is cut out. Conceding defeat. Works. Cry of frustration could be ga, maybe. Insta chats or DMs. Direct messages. Fair hiring initials are equal employment opportunity, I think. Your point is... I don't know. Big Apple's bravest in brief. Fire Department of New York. Yeah, your point is could be Yasso. Something a beach lifeguard monitors. Beach lifeguard. When mating typically occurs. When mating typically occurs. Oh, endgame. Not mating of animals, but mating in chess. The beginning, the opening, the middle game and end game, I think. This might be a different name for the middle game, but anyway, the end game is definitely the final stages of a chess match, which is when mating typically, checkmates usually occur. Pretty cool stuff. Ice is pretty cool. The tide. Beach lifeguard may monitor the tide. Split something equally, something 50-50, I guess. And this is Zynga, the company that owns Words with Friends. So 24 inches is 2 feet. It's not sure what you're doing 50-50, but something anyway. Body parts examined for arrhythmia. Are these the atria? It's going to be something heart related, and the only thing I can think of with the T there, and I know the T is there because of the 2 feet there, is atria, but I'm not sure. To put on or put on. Oh, to add. Big name in vacuum cleaners, Dyson. What did we have here? Big name in vacuum cleaners, Orek. I don't know what Orek is, and I hope that's right because I don't really... Anyway, Dyson makes more sense to me. Rock's Nirvana, for one. They were a trio of musicians. Don't know if you could hear that. If you could, apologies for the language. Teenagers, am I right? Chow. Another word for chow or food is fair. John across the pond. Across which pond? It probably is Jean. John in French is Jean. Maybe this is not correct, though, because I don't love this. Men who marry later in life. Yeah, I don't think so. Is this John? Oh! A John being like a toilet? Is that what we're after here? Can or... I don't know. Anyway, I'm not sure what's going on there. Lamborghinis to something cars. Lamborghinis to some fancy cars like that. Could be. Tech giant based in Santa Clara, California. Intel, maybe? Rafts. Still don't see that one. Men who marry later in life. Nays? Like no votes, maybe? Is it just no votes? That would fit. Man who might be installing a baby. Maybe it's not fancy cars. Because this might be a new dad. A man who might be installing a baby gate. New dad? Quirky sort? I don't know. Citrus drinks. AIDS? Lemonade? Limeade? Went. Split something equally. Went 50-50. Okay. Leveled. Erased or eroded. Gild the lily with it. Gild the lily? To gild is to like decorate in usually gold leaf or gold plating, but other metals can work as well. Gild the lily. What? Facade. Facade veneer. So maybe this says no votes. Not distracted at work, on task. A quirky sort could be a dork. What? Leveled. Could be evened out, just leveled out. Men who marry later in life, is this Benedict's? And why is John across the pond Sean? That doesn't make sense to me. Missing something there for sure. Gild the lily. Oh, it's a phrase. Meaning overdo it. Okay, cool. Light FM, easy listening radio category, and dream cars. Let's see if this is correct. Wait, am I still missing a square somewhere? Oh, this. Rafts. Lots? Blair? Lots? Okay. Definitely missing some things in there, but got through it. Anyway, the theme is pretty good and straightforward and all that. So the revealer here in the middle, the carpenter's adage, measure twice, cut once, meaning if you double check your measurement, you won't need to, you only need to cut it once. You won't be wasting material. You won't be making bad cuts if you measure twice. Double check your work, in other words, before making the cut. Fine. So in each pair of theme entries, we have a doubled measurement with the total amount given in square brackets here, and a missing set of letters, O-N-C-E, so cut ones. So in this first one, a boast accompanying an evil laugh, mine, all mine, we have two sets of letters equaling or spelling out min for minute. So 2 minutes equals 120 seconds. So that's the measure twice. And then words on a juice carton, not from concentrate, but they've taken the O-N-C-E out. So they've cut once. In this licorice flavored vegetables, we have fennel bulbs with the two pairs of circled letters spelling LB for pound. So 2 pounds is 32 ounces. That's the measuring twice. And here, letter opener, question mark. In other words, what phrase might open a letter to whom it may concern, but they've taken the O-N-C-E out there. This one here, a scientist who spent his last years under house arrest, Galileo Galilei, with the 2 sets of letters spelling G-A-L for gallon. 2 gallons makes 8 quarts, measuring twice. And here, observe the expected formalities, stand on ceremony with ONCE taken out, cutting once. Finally, split something equally, went 50-50. The two pairs of circled letters spelling FT for foot, 2 feet makes 24 inches. And waving the white flag, so to speak, conceding defeat, but having removed ONCE, having cut once. So that's our theme. Definitely some clues in here I don't understand still. This I did get eventually. Abbot, I didn't know. A religious title whose name comes from the Hebrew from father, especially since Abbot comes from Abbey, or maybe Abbey comes from Abbot, actually. That could be the case. And I don't know what the Hebrew for father is, but maybe it starts with an Aleph. Not sure. This one took me forever because I missed the part about it being informally. I shared its name with a planet. Well, that's got to be Mercury. I missed the part that suggested that it might not be the whole planet's name in here, or the whole classic car's name. So instead of, I had guessed Mars at first, but it turns out to be Merc, informal for Mercury. And there isn't anything missing from the entry, as I first thought, which threw me off for some time. I've not heard the term spin rooms before. Post-debate areas, spin rooms, like, is that spin meaning political spin? Is that like pressers, biased pressers? Or I'm not really sure what's going on there. Those were all fine. That's all fine. I don't know Project Hail Mary. I got this through the crosses. Rock band ? A seam. So I guess a seam in again must be a geological term for a band of sort of interstitial rock between two maybe geological eras in rock deposits, possibly. This is a guess. That one's fine. Yeah. Yes. Fine. I'm not familiar with toe taps, but that sounds fine. A sou, I think I do understand in the end. A sou being a small denomination of Old French currency could certainly be used as a figurative term for a very small amount of money. Orec, I've never heard of. Presumably a vacuum cleaner brand. What else was in here? I think I did end up okay with all of these in the end. I still don't understand the reason why there's a question mark on this clue here. Mina is certainly a mouthy bird, unless there's some play on some other kind of common phrase here, which I don't understand. Anyway, I don't remember the facts of life, so I don't know this character from it. Don't really get this either. A swirl could be anything, not really specific to baristas. A swirl, I think it's latte art is what they're after here, but a swirl, not really the most common or impressive of latte art. Anyway, I think that's what's going on. This is all fine. This I don't know Patrick O'Brien's work, but makes enough sense. This I did get in the end. This I don't understand. I don't think. Rafts for lots. I don't know the sense of rafts. I don't think. I also don't know this name for men who marry later in life. I feel like it must have an origin in something, but I'm not sure what it would be. It's not Shakespeare, right? Light FM, I'm again not really heard of that, but sure, I guess. What else? Poor grade, that's fine. This is all fine. Not heard of Old Scratch, but that ended up making perfect sense in the end. And this, John across the pond, I don't understand this at all. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to look that up and see what's going on with that. But that's it. That's our puzzle then for Sunday, October 12th, 2025. A back solve. I hope that was worth sitting through. It's a bit long today. Did take me a while, not to get the theme, but certainly for some areas of the grid to fill in. Lots of good challenge here from Michael Schlossberg. But oh, and the title, make no mistake. Oh, okay, that's the measure twice, cut once idea there. Okay, that's fine. All right, so that's it from me today on Crosshatch Puzzles. Thanks so much for joining me, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you want to know when I'm posting more videos, hit that subscribe button, and you'll get those notifications. That's it for now. We'll see you on the next time. Cheers.